So, you've taken the plunge, or you're about to, but either way, you cannot hold yourself back from the world of crypto anymore. You hear about people making massive gains, driving Lambos on the moon and Raris on Mars, and you want in. Well, today is your lucky day, because in this video, I'm going to be going over everything that you need to know in a large scale in order for you to be able to buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, start trading altcoins, and get started right now. That's right, you could be on your way to the moon in no time. This is the Crypto Beginner's Guide to getting started with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, so you could start getting trading and investing today. In today's video, we're going to be going over 13 different things. So I'm just going to list them out one by one by one. We're going to start off with what cryptocurrencies actually are. What are cryptocurrencies? We'll move on to the best email to use for your cryptocurrencies, how to never forget your password again, how and where to buy your main cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, how to add another layer of security to your crypto, how and where to buy altcoins, how to transfer your cryptocurrency from one exchange to another, such as from Coinbase over to Binance, how to actually trade your cryptocurrency, how to store your cryptocurrencies to keep them safe, how to manage and track your portfolio, which is really important, especially if you want to get all of your gains and know what you gained and lost and have your taxes in order, how to maximize your security and safety, common beginner mistakes, and finally, some general tips and advice. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or anything affiliated with me or the Crypto Beginner is financial advice. Nothing is legal advice. It is not personal advice. It is not investment advice. Always do your own research. Always do your own due diligence. And always seek counsel of a professional financial advisor for anything that has to do with your finances. This video and everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only, and it is solely my own opinion. It is not advice. Okay, so what are cryptocurrencies? Cryptocurrencies, in a nutshell, are digital money or digital assets that are peer-to-peer. They don't require any central authority like the treasury or a bank. This means that, in essence, you are your own bank when dealing with cryptocurrencies. You could send your money to whoever you want, whenever you want, no matter where they are in the world. And you could do it within minutes with minimal fees. This is in contrast to a traditional banking system that requires a central authority such as a bank that typically charges higher fees, and depending on where the funds are being sent to, could take days or weeks to arrive. Cryptocurrencies use something called cryptography to make sure that the digital assets or digital money gets to where it needs to be without being able to be duplicated. This process eliminates the possibility for cryptocurrencies to be counterfeit. Essentially, peer-to-peer banking like cryptocurrencies, where you have your own bank, could fundamentally change the world because it could help to bank over 6 million people, or part of the 6.5 million people that currently don't have any banks, simply by having a phone, a smartphone with internet access in their pocket. And along with the currency side to it, there is the underlying technology called the blockchain, which has so many more implications and is definitely going to be revolutionizing the world as we know it. One thing that is important to know is that cryptocurrencies are still in their infant stages. It's very beginning. It's the very beginning of this and is very early. The market is highly volatile and there are a lot of scammers and hackers out there, so you need to be very careful. This means a couple things. One, it means that you have the opportunity to make a lot of money right now because it's so early and institutional investors haven't even gotten into play yet. Two, it can mean that you could lose a lot of money and you could lose all of it. And that's why it is really important to be as safe as you possibly can when dealing with cryptocurrencies. And in this article, I'm going to share with you all of the safety tips that I use to help keep my cryptocurrency as safe as possible so you could do the same thing. With saying all of that, let's get started. I'm going to put the stuff on the screen that needs to be put on the screen, and let's go. Okay, let's start out with the best email to use when talking about cryptocurrencies. Well, the first place that you want to start when you're going to invest into crypto is to set up an email account, okay? This is important because of how volatile crypto is. You really should go above and beyond every measure that you can when it comes to your safety, and this includes your email. So I like using an email for my crypto accounts that is encrypted. I don't like using Yahoo, I don't like using Google or Gmail, anything like that, Hotmail. What I recommend is an encrypted email service provider. The one that I use is called Proton Mail. That's Proton mail.com, and I'll put a link in the description. Okay, now let's go over how to never forget your passwords for your different accounts. The second thing that I suggest that you do with your cryptocurrencies is to set up an account with LastPass. That's LastPass. All right, this is an extension for Google Chrome, and it's also an app for your phone, and it stores your passwords and it encrypts them. So personally, I have different passwords for every single account, every single exchange, every single email, everything. I have different passwords, and that's dozens of passwords. All of them are 12 to 24 characters long. They have different symbols, and I change them up often. Okay, it would be nearly impossible, or if not impossible, for me to remember all of my passwords. But with LastPass, I am able to, remember all of them in essence. So once you have your email and you have your password manager, now it's time to sign up for an exchange so that you can start buying some crypto. All right. So let's go over how and where to buy the main cryptocurrencies, which are Bitcoin and Ethereum, all right? The very first place that I would go to, as of this writing, as of this video, is Coinbase, all right? You could sign up with Coinbase and you could buy your first crypto, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. You could do it really easily. It's not that difficult, okay? One thing to note, common misconception is that you have to buy a full Bitcoin. Like, you don't have to do that. You could buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. You could buy 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin. So even if you see Bitcoin is, $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000, you could buy a fraction of that. You could put in $10. You could put in 10 million bucks. It doesn't matter. You could do it with Bitcoin or Ethereum, all of the coins, really. Other than Coinbase, the other exchange that is the best exchange to start out with is called Gemini. Gemini is really, really good. It's by the Winkle Bros twins. They co-founded Facebook, or they sued Facebook, got a lot of money, became the first billionaires in Bitcoin, and Gemini is great except for the fact that it takes weeks for them to verify your account. So if you want to get started right away, go with Coinbase, and maybe actually also try signing up for Gemini right away as well, but just know that you're not going to get verified for a while. The future, the company and platform Robinhood is going to be a huge competitor and huge contender in this space, as being one of the first places to sign up and buy cryptocurrencies. And this is because Robinhood is going to have a fee-less structure. In other words, they're not going to charge any fees. All right. Right now, Coinbase does charge fees, so having a fee-less structure, a fee-less platform is very, very enticing. They had about 60,000 signups yesterday, and now the waitlist is over $600,000 people, excuse me. So Robinhood is going to be huge, but as of this video right now, it's in beta. It's only available in a few states, and you can't really use it, so stick with Coinbase for now. If you're going to sign up for Coinbase, use the link in the description and in the comment box to sign up for Coinbase. It's my referral link, and you'll get $10 worth of Bitcoin when you do that, and then you put in $100 and you get $10 free. So might as well do that. And right when you get signed up for Coinbase, and for any exchanges for that matter, what you want to do is you want to immediately set up two-factor authentication, or 2FA, and we're going to go into that right now. How to add another extra layer of security and safety to your crypto. Two-factor authentication. All right, so like I just mentioned, As soon as you sign up to any exchange, you want to immediately create two-factor authentication via Google Authenticator or the Authy app. I like Google Authenticator better, but Google Authenticator, what it is, it's an app that you download on your phone, okay? And when you create 2FA on an exchange, they give you a QR code. And what you do is you scan the QR code with your phone in Google Authenticator app, in that app, and you'll get a 6-digit code that you have to type in to the exchange every single time you use it. And this adds a really good layer of security to your crypto assets. All right, you do not want to use SMS or text message two-factor authentication. You do not want to use that. You want to use the actual app. Okay, that's really important. Once you sign up for Coinbase and you enable 2FA, all right, you need to buy some cryptocurrencies. That's all pretty self-explanatory within Coinbase itself or the exchanges itself. I will have a different video and article on that, but as of this one, it's pretty self-explanatory. So once you have your crypto in Coinbase or one of the major exchanges, you'll want to trade it off to another exchange, something like Binance. And you'll want to do that so that you could start buying and trading altcoins. Altcoins are cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. Personally, I think of Bitcoin and Ethereum as the main coins, and then altcoins as everything else. Some examples of altcoins are Cardano, Monero, Tron, Icon, VeChain. These are all altcoins. How and where to buy altcoins. Okay, this is where you actually have to start being extra careful because to buy altcoins, you need to set up an account with an exchange that carries them. Okay, so there are hundreds of exchanges and not all of them are legit. So some of them are scams and you need to go with reputable exchanges. So the best exchanges that I know of are Binance and KuCoin. So go with those, and if you want to sign up for the other ones, follow everything on Twitter and their social media accounts to know when they open up registration. So out of all of the different exchanges, Binance is the best. It's the most used exchange in the world. It's the one that I use most often. So definitely sign up for Binance. Use the link in the description below to sign up for Binance. It's an affiliate link, referral. I'm not really sure exactly what I get for that, but it's totally free, which is great. So I'll put a link in the description for that. And once you have your Coinbase exchange account ready and you have your Binance exchange account ready, you could start trading cryptocurrencies. So let's go over how to actually transfer, your crypto from Coinbase over to Binance or from Coinbase over to any, other exchange. Let's say that you signed up to Coinbase and you bought some Ethereum. Okay, and let's say that you signed up to Binance. What you want to do is transfer the Ethereum from Coinbase over to Binance. So to do this, you want to go into Binance and go into your funds. So when you first sign up, you won't have any funds because you won't have had deposited anything into Binance. But you're going to need to deposit stuff into Binance in order to get your funds and start trading. So to do this in Binance, click on funds and then click on deposits, all right? Then look for the Ethereum in the drop-down menu. Okay, when you do that, you'll get an ETH or Ethereum deposit address. As a side note, this is really important to remember this, okay? You could only send Ethereum to an Ethereum address. Every time you transfer your coins, you could only send that particular coin to that specific address in the exchange. You cannot change or you cannot transfer Bitcoin to an Ethereum address. You cannot transfer Ethereum to a Bitcoin address. For our example, we're using Ethereum. So if you bought Ethereum in Coinbase, you need to click the Ethereum deposit address, the deposit button for Ethereum in Binance and get the Ethereum address. Always be super careful when making deposits and withdrawals and always double check to make sure that you're sending the right coin to the right place, or else it's just going to be lost forever and you won't be able to get it back if you make a mistake. Okay, going back to our example, let's say you bought your ETH in Coinbase and you went into Binance and you clicked deposit ETH into Binance. You'll get a ETH Ethereum deposit address. What you do is you copy this address, then you head back over to Coinbase and you put that into Coinbase. Do this by clicking your Ethereum wallet in Coinbase and you click send. Then you'll paste your Ethereum address from Binance into Coinbase as a recipient so it knows, that that is where you want your ETH to go. Then you follow the instructions until it clears. It could take 5 minutes, it could take 10 minutes, it could take a day. It all depends on the coin and it depends on how many people are using the network. Either way, eventually your ETH, or Bitcoin or Litecoin, whatever you use, will eventually be in your Binance account and you can start trading for other coins. Okay, let's go over how to actually trade your cryptocurrencies now. So once you have your crypto in an exchange, all you need to do is find another crypto that you want and basically click it to start trading. Within each exchange, there's usually 3 markets, okay? This is really important. There's 3 marketplaces. There's the Bitcoin marketplace, there's the Ethereum marketplace, there's the USD Tether marketplace. And then for some exchanges such as Binance, they have their own token and you could exchange and trade using their own token. With Binance, it's like the BNB token, and that could actually save you on some fees if you do that. In our example that we're using Ethereum, so you would click on the Ethereum market and then you would scroll down to whatever coin you want to trade. Let's use, for this example, VEN, V-E-N, which is the 3-letter acronym or 3-letter symbol for VeChain. So what you do is you'd go over to the Ethereum market, you'd find VEN/ETH, VeChain/Ethereum, and you'd click it to go to their trading screen. Once you're there, you'll buy VEN or whatever cryptocurrency you want, at the market price, or you could set a limit order. Market price is self-explanatory. Basically, you just choose however much you want and you choose market price and you click buy and it'll buy it at the market price. Okay, while this is pretty easy, you don't actually always want to do this because you can usually get it at a lower cost if you use a limit order. So we're going to go over, how to use a limit order. And the second thing that I want to say is that for some exchanges, you actually don't even have to pay any fees if you're using a limit order, but you do have to pay fees if you're using a market order. So it could save you some fees if you use it right. Okay, let's go over how to actually use a limit order. So to issue a limit order, you need to look at what price the coin is going for right now, like the market price, and you need to choose a price underneath that price. So as I'm writing this, VEN is at 0.00554300. When trading, you always look at the price of the coin that you are using. So in this case, I'm using Ether. I'm using Ethereum. Now, once you see the actual price, what you want to do is you want to put in your limit order. So usually you just need to click the price itself and it will autofill in the limit order box, but then you want to change the numbers, the ending numbers, to something a little bit smaller than the market price. But you don't want to put it too low, okay? Because if you put it too low, then it might not end up getting there if the price, shoots up and it just doesn't come down. This is what you want to do if you want the coin right now. If you're good at technical analysis and you think the coin will drop substantially, then go ahead and put in your order for something much lower than the market price, Otherwise, I would just keep it close to the market price to make sure that you get it. So once you put in the price that you want to buy it at, you need to put in how much you want to buy. Then you click the buy button and you just wait until your order goes through. So sometimes it goes through immediately. Sometimes it takes a few seconds. Sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes it takes days. Sometimes it never happens because the coin was going up in price and, it just never went back down. Usually they do come back down a little though. Basically, once the market price hits the price that you put your trade in for, your order will go through and you'll get your coins. Okay, and once you have your coins on an exchange, the next thing that you want to do is you want to get your coins off of the exchange. This is because the exchange actually owns the coins. You don't really own the coins when they're on an exchange, and exchanges could get hacked. So yeah, you want to get your stuff off of the exchange. Okay, let's now go over how to actually store your cryptocurrency. You You store your cryptos on wallets. There's a lot of different types of wallets, and they include online wallets, offline wallets, digital wallets, desktop wallets, mobile wallets, online wallets, paper wallets, hardware wallets, and since this is the beginner's guide, I'm just going to go over the basic thing that I recommend, okay? And basically, you should have a hardware wallet, okay? The Ledger Nano S is the most popular hardware wallet. That's the one I recommend. It's the one I have. Got mine right here. And this is the safest of all of the wallets you could have. It's offline, it's super secure. When it comes to desktop wallets, mobile wallets, online wallets, and paper wallets, all of these have their drawbacks. Desktop wallets, mobile wallets, and online wallets, they are online, so they're more easily hacked. If you spill something on a paper wallet, then, you're screwed. If the ink, fades on a paper wallet, then you're screwed, So that's why I like stuff like the Ledger Nano S and hardware wallets. I feel like these are really the best. They're the most secure. And the only drawback is that they actually don't have, they might not accept every single coin out there, but they do accept most coins. So you're probably not gonna have an issue putting your coins onto something like this. And to get your own Ledger Nano S, I'll put a link in the description below. I'll put an affiliate link in the description for you to buy. You should always buy these directly from the manufacturer. I wouldn't trust Amazon. I definitely wouldn't trust eBay. You want to get it from the actual manufacturer, so I'll put a link in the description below to get this. So yeah, I would definitely order this now. All right, I know that this has been a lot of information, so let's just go over a quick summary of everything that we've learned so far. At this point, you should know a little bit about cryptocurrencies. You should know what email to use. You should know how to remember all of your passwords with your password manager. You should be getting set up with Coinbase, be getting set up with Binance. You should be able to transfer your crypto from Coinbase over to Binance, and you should be able to trade that crypto for altcoins. And finally, you should know that you should store your crypto on a wallet. So with knowing all that, let's go into how to actually manage your crypto portfolio. Then we'll go into a few things on how to maximize your security and safety, and I'll give you some tips and tricks and some things to avoid so that you could avoid some common mistakes. All right, let's go into how to actually track your trades and manage your crypto portfolio. You want to track your trades and you want to manage your portfolio for a lot of reasons. First, obviously, most important reason is because you want to know what your gains and what your losses are. You want to know what coins you have, when you bought them, how much you bought them for, what you bought them with, and all of that. Like, it's really, really important. Like, what are you doing? It's your money, The second thing is that when you get into crypto, you'll most likely be getting to use a lot of different exchanges and having a lot of different coins, and keeping up with all of that stuff is pretty difficult, but it is really important. And it's also important because cryptocurrencies are starting to get more regulated, and they are going to be a taxable event. So you need to know what trades you've done so that you give it to your accountant and get your taxes in order. It is a lot of work, but luckily it doesn't have to be because there are a lot of apps out there. So let's go over a few of the apps. So you really want to manage your portfolio, and you really want to track all of your trades and all of your accounts. And I am telling you right now, I have tried over 7 different portfolio trackers and trading trackers, and hands down, 3 commas is the absolute best one I have ever found. Everything is done for you automatically. It streamlines it. It makes things so easy, and the way it's set up is just perfect. Not only that, it also offers a lot of other features other than simply just tracking, your trades and your portfolio. So I do want to just go over 3 commas real quickly because it is probably one of the best things that I've ever bought within my crypto journey. Basically, what it does is it lets you track your trades, it lets you track your portfolio, see all your coins that you have. And not only that, but it also lets you perform advanced trading features that Binance, Coinbase, and other exchanges simply don't allow. And that's why I just love 3 commas so much. Highly recommend it. It has a great team, as you could see. And not only that, but just going into it a little bit more, this is what the homepage looks like. You could see that it has, your portfolio here. It shows all of the different cryptocurrencies that you own in real time. It updates it for you. It's very, very cool. You could actually put all of the different exchanges that you have on to 3 and it tracks all of them for you immediately. And it's honestly, it's like the best tracker, the best portfolio manager, the best trading tool ever I've ever come across. Not only that, but also lets you look at other people's trades. It lets you look at other people's portfolios, and it just lets you do so much that I just can't recommend 3 enough. And I'm only talking about the portfolio management tool and the trade tracker tool, but like the real thing that 3 shines in is it allows you to set your, targets for what price you want to buy the coin at, along with your sell targets at how much you want to actually make, along with your stop loss. So it lets you do all of this at once, which like Binance just doesn't allow. And it could really make your trading so much better. Honestly, if I would have got this as soon as I started trading, I'd probably have like 4 times, if not a lot more, the amount of money that I have right now. So I really can't recommend 3 enough. I really enjoy it, and I think it's the best thing in crypto right now because the exchanges are not really that good. So that is 3 and that's what I recommend for tracking your portfolio and performing all of your trades. And then when it comes to actually your taxes, because taxes for crypto is a taxable event, and the IRS does, track cryptocurrencies, and so you do need to pay your taxes for your crypto. I highly recommend getting a professional and hiring out professionals for this, because it could be a long, tiresome process. It could be very confusing. So it's nice to just have people who know what they're doing and to help you out in your taxes when it comes to crypto. So I use Happy Tax. It's called Crypto Tax Prep. CryptoTaxPrep.com. This is the site, and this is what I use. This is what I recommend. They're professionals. They actually do thousands of people's crypto taxes every year. They walk you through the process. It's super easy. It's guaranteed. They're professionals, and it just makes things so much easier than actually trying to do it on your own, because doing crypto taxes is incredibly confusing. I recommend, like I said, 3 for performing all of your trades and tracking all of your trades. And I recommend Happy Tax Crypto Tax Prep for all of your taxes. And that basically covers mostly everything. Now the only 2 things that are left are to go over how to actually maximize your safety and security, and just some common mistakes that you can avoid while doing it. When it comes to your money, you want to be safe. When it comes to crypto and your cryptocurrencies, you want to be level 10 maximum security safe, okay? Like locked down. Here is how to do that. Step number 1 is using Google Authenticator and downloading 2-factor authentication on every single exchange that you use. And if you could do it on your email address, also do it on there. Do it on your phone. Do it everywhere you possibly can. 2-factor authentication. And do not use the text message for the 2-factor authentication. Use an actual app like Google Authenticator or Authy. Number 2 is to use long and obscure passwords with a lot of characters and symbols. And you can store those on a password manager like LastPass. Number 3 is to not reuse your passwords. And don't use passwords on multiple sites. Like, don't use the same password on multiple sites. You want to have a new password for every single exchange, every single email, everything. That way, if a hacker gets one password, then you won't be compromised for everything, and it'll only be that one thing. And that leads me to point number 4, which is to get an offline wallet. Like I said before, I recommend the Ledger Nano S. This is the best one I know of. I highly recommend it. 5th way to be super secure with your funds is to make sure that you type out the name of the exchange or whatever website you're going to in Google or in your web browser, and you do not get phished, okay? Phishing happens when scammers replace one little letter in a name of an exchange or a wallet or something like that, and it looks like that type of, it looks like Coinbase, or it looks like Binance, or it looks like my Ether wallet, it looks like something exactly the same, but it's not. It's actually a duplicate. It's a phishing scam. And you want to avoid phishing sites at all costs. So always check the URL and make sure everything is spelt correctly and that it's secure. And never click on ads on Google for anything related to cryptocurrencies. I don't do that. I just like going directly to the sites. Number 6 is to never install any type of browser plugins that claim to be associated with an exchange. Number 7 is to never make any phone calls to anyone claiming to be a representative of any exchange. Number 8 is to never disclose your password, never disclose your 2-factor authentication codes, never disclose your private keys, and keep everything extremely safe. And number 9 is to never make any transactions or funds to anyone claiming to be a representative of a support team. And I guess I'll put number 10 in there because I literally just saw this today. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook or anything like that, there's a lot of people who will impersonate authorities. So there's this guy, Charlie Lee, who is the creator of Litecoin. And his Twitter handle is Satoshi Lite, L-I-T-E. And someone created Satoshi Lite, L-I-T-E-E, and they impersonated him and they said, hey, send 0.3 Litecoin to this address and you'll get 3 Litecoin back. Obviously that was a scam, but it looked pretty legit because if you were just glossing over it, you would not have noticed that there was an extra E in the scammer's name. And with that, we'll go on to some common mistakes. So these are 2 really common mistakes that you should avoid. Number 1 is to not send your coins or tokens to the wrong address. I mentioned this before, but if you send a Bitcoin to an Ethereum address, your Bitcoin is going to be lost forever. Vice versa, or if you send an Ethereum coin to a Tron address or a Bitcoin coin to a Bitcoin Cash address, it's going to be lost. You have to send a Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address. You have to send an Ethereum token or Ethereum coin to an Ethereum address. They have to match up. So always double check and make sure that your addresses and coins line up. And number 2 is to send the right amount of crypto. So when you send crypto, you should double check to make sure that you're sending the amount you want to actually send. So sending 0.01 Bitcoin is a lot different than sending 0.001 Bitcoin. Sometimes the exchange, they'll tell you exactly how much you're sending in terms of US dollars. But if they don't, you could use something called Preev.com. That's Preev.com, or just type it in Google, the amount that you're putting in to determine what the dollar value of the coin you're sending is. Now let's go into some general tips and advice. So these are the general tips and advice that I have for you. Number 1, probably the most important, is to never invest more than you're willing to lose, okay? Don't take out a mortgage on your house to invest into crypto. Don't max out your credit cards to invest into crypto. 2, FOMO is real and something that needs to be avoided or controlled. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. And in the crypto world, what it basically comes down to is you'll see a coin just mooning, just going straight up, and it is looking good. It's looking hot and everyone's buying it. So you're saying, okay, I want to buy that too. I want a piece of that cake. Well, what happens is you'll get in and you'll buy it, but probably by the time you get in on it, it's too late and it will have reached its peak and it'll probably start coming down on a correction that usually happens. So don't buy at all-time highs and don't try to, jump in on a hot coin because you have FOMO and you have fear of missing out because you see it's going up and it's so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now. Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel.
The cheapest and the hottest altcoins there are.
Crazy, all the way down and right back up, and it is on fire right now.
It's always better to look at the graphs, look at the charts, and see where it's been, see where it's going, and try to look at the trajectory and make sure it's not at basically its all-time high when you're buying it. Just wait until it comes down a little bit, you know? Fifth tip that I have for you is to DYOR. That means do your own research, and that is an acronym, and that's something that a lot of people in this crypto space do not do. And it's really important because when it's a bull run, you know, when it's a bull market, you could throw your money at anything. Like if you threw your money at anything back in early December, you would be up. Like everyone's a genius, right? You know? But once the bull market is over and it goes into a bear market, like, no, all of the shit coins that were out there that were mooning, they're gonna go down and they might even disappear off the face of the earth. You gotta remember that anyone can make a cryptocurrency. Yes, even a fifth grader could make a coin. So it is really, really important to look at the team behind the coin, look at the team behind the token, see if it has any real world value, see if what the timeline is, see what the goals set for the team and for the token, for the coin, and for the platform, or whatever it is. Make sure that it is hitting those targets and that it has a really good team behind it. That's probably the best thing. Read the white paper and take all of these things into consideration before actually investing into a coin. In conclusion, cryptocurrencies are revolutionizing the world as we know it. Right now, everything is still in its infant stages. It's super early, and this is great news for you because that means that if you get in early and you simply hold and don't make any stupid mistakes, you have the potential to maybe make massive, massive gains and drastically increase your wealth over the long run. However, because it is so early and so volatile, that also means that there is a lot of risk involved. How much of your income you divert to invest in a cryptocurrency really depends where you are in life. If you're an 18-year-old kid, you could go all in and it really won't make a difference if you end up losing it all, and it'll make a really big difference if you end up gaining a hell of a lot. This is because you have an enormous amount of time to actually grow your wealth. If you're in your late 20s or 30s or 40s, or you have a family and a lot of responsibilities, then no, you don't want to throw everything into crypto, just in case it ends up not working out. If that's you, it's been said that about 10 to 40% of your investment portfolio dedicated to cryptocurrency is probably a good place to start. And with saying that, I am done with this video. This has taken me 6, 7, 8 hours now to make this freaking video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was really, really helpful, and it covered a lot. I know if you stuck with me to the end, you are awesome. I really appreciate you. And if you haven't gotten started with cryptocurrency yet, just sign up to Coinbase below, click the link and sign up and buy your cryptocurrency right away. You could get started with in under 30 minutes, you could probably have your first crypto. And with saying that, I'm gonna go get something to eat because this has been a long, long time. And I'm gonna make a lot more videos, so stay tuned for that. Remember, you're awesome. Let's get to the moon together. Let's do this. Cryptocurrency is the future. If you believe in that, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, comment below, and be sure to subscribe because I'm going to have a lot more videos. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out. Bye. Oh my god. It is so late right now. It is really late right now, but super late. Super late. Oh my god. I just spent over 2 hours doing this and now I have to redo it. Doesn't matter. It's going to be done. No, stop the recording, stop it.